Today we're going to talk about facing fears. We all have fears. It's not about how to conquer our fears, because some of them are so strong they'll never truly be conquered. It's about how to manage our fears. And I've learned to manage a couple of mine, and I want to share that with you today. So keep watching if you're interested. So one of my biggest fears is I have a fear of heights. And I love being active. And so I knew that if I didn't work on my fear of heights, it would eventually be very limiting to me. And there would be things that I couldn't do with the people around me. So I decided that I wanted to work on it. So the first step I took to working on my fear of being deathly afraid of heights, exposure, the nausea in my tummy, was I started slow. The first thing I did was I went on like short hikes that were about, think of it like 5 building stories high. And you know, that's about 50 feet. Not that great of an achievement, but it was still something. The second thing I did was I eased myself in a little bit more. I went and I took a trapeze class. When I took the trapeze class, that really pushed me over the edge, because as I was getting ready to go up, there was another lady who was up there crying and shaking, and I realized that my fear was legitimate, and that if she was up there crying and totally tweaking out at the top, that I could do it too. And I made it, and I did fine. The third thing I did was I just fell, and when I say fell, I just fell in. I respected my fear, but I also respected that I wanted to manage it better. So I scheduled a hike at an active volcano in Washington called Mount St. Helens. It's about 10,000 feet high, and I went and I did it. It took 9 hours to do. Typically it takes people about 14 hours, but Zeke and I, my husband, were able to finish it in 14 hours. When I got to the top, you guys know me, I was bawling because I was so excited that I had made it. I knew I was gonna make it, but I wasn't even 100% sure. But the real challenge was coming back down, because when I saw how high I had gotten up, I realized I had to come back down. It was hard. I thought I was gonna throw up a couple of times, but I made it. And now my fear of heights is managed so well that 10,000 feet is like, not a big deal. So now I want to go higher. So those are the techniques that I would employ you to use. And something interesting happened after I was finished climbing Mount St. Helens, because Mount St. Helens isn't a hike, it's a climb. You don't need rope, but you have to scramble on your hands and your knees. A physical therapist friend of mine was talking, and was like, oh, you climbed Mount St. Helens yesterday? Did you know that someone died up there? I mean, it hit me so hard in my chest. I was like, somebody died? You for real? And he was like, yeah, somebody died. And that showed me that 1, my fear was legitimate. 2, I felt sorry for the person, but 3, it was, wow, what an accomplishment. So I implore you guys to overcome your fears in whatever means you have available to you. And remember, I want to hear from you, so comment, subscribe. Don't forget to tweet me, and you have a PhD in being you. I'm just here to